Okay, so get this, right? Like, everybody wants to know what the future holds.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
But the ways people are trying to predict trends, some of them are pretty wild.
Totally.
And that's what we're diving into today. So we've got some research that suggests people are turning to things like astrology
Ah.
and even like random number generators.
What?
Yeah, to try and predict what trends are coming next.
Really?
I mean, random numbers, that's like rolling the dice on the future, isn't it?
Well, I think it's important to remember that people have always wanted to know what's coming next. We
Right.
try to predict the future.
But-
And this need to know, it makes people try things that, well, let's just say they aren't exactly scientifically proven.
So we're talking like, I don't know, reading tea leaves, gazing into crystal balls.
Maybe not that dramatic.
Okay.
But it's not too far off,
Yeah, right.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Some financial traders, they actually use astrology to try and, time the market. Hold on.
They think that the planets
Right, really?
being lined up in a certain way can affect how stocks go up and down.
They're basing decisions worth millions of dollars on where the stars are. That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It does sound kind of crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I think it shows just how much people want to feel like they know what's going to happen.
Right.
And it's not just astrology either.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like what? Well, some people, they use things like dice or flipping a coin to make big choices in their businesses.
So instead of doing market research or crunching numbers, they're flipping a coin.
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
That's nuts.
Maybe it's a way of not taking full responsibility. If things go wrong, they can blame it on the dice.
Right, right.
Or maybe they just feel better thinking that it's all random anyway.
The future's unpredictable, that kind of...
Exactly. Like, why not just leave it to chance?
But isn't that where things get a little, risky?
How so?
Well, like, if you're always looking for patterns in random things,
Yeah.
wouldn't you start to see them even when they're not really there?
That's a great point. You're talking about confirmation bias.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Right. Like, if you already believe in something, you're going to find evidence for it everywhere, even if it's just coincidence.
Exactly. So does that mean, like, any method, no matter how strange, could actually work for predicting the future?
Not necessarily, but it's interesting to think about. It's not about saying one method is better than another.
Okay.
It's more about realizing that looking at things from unusual angles can be helpful.
I see.
Sometimes, when you approach things in a new way, even if it seems kind of irrational,
Yeah.
you might find unexpected patterns or get insights you wouldn't have otherwise.
So it's not about the method itself,
Exactly.
but about what it makes you think about.
Yeah, it can spark new ideas, and then you can test them out with real data.
Okay, I get it. So it's less about the method being right or wrong,
Right.
and more about it opening up new ways of looking at things.
Exactly. It's like, have you ever heard of people analyzing animal behavior?
What?
Yeah, to try and predict trends in the market.
Hold on. Analyzing animal behavior, like watching squirrels bury nuts to predict a stock market crash.
Haha. Well, maybe not exactly like that,
Okay.
but it's a real thing.
Really?
Yeah. People have been doing it for a long time, trying to predict natural disasters.
Like,
Earthquakes, storms, all sorts of things.
wow.
The idea is that animals are more sensitive to changes in their environment. So they might act differently before something big happens.
So they're taking these things that seem random
Right.
or like bizarre and trying to figure out if they mean something.
Exactly. They're looking for patterns and connections.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, there might not always be a clear reason why certain things happen together.
Right.
But sometimes these unconventional approaches can lead to some really valuable insights.
That makes me think about all those old wives' tales and superstitions people believe in.
Interesting.
Maybe some of them actually have a little bit of truth in them. We just need to look at them with a bit of curiosity
Yeah,
and a healthy dose of skepticism.
I like that. It's all about being open-minded, but also being critical.
Exactly.
I think what all this really shows is just how strong our desire to know the future is.
Yeah, totally.
Some of the ways people try might seem crazy at first,
Right.
but it's all part of our search for meaning in a world that often feels unpredictable.
So as you go about your day, maybe take a second look at those things that seem a little bit off or strange.
Yeah.
You never know, you might stumble upon the next big thing in trend prediction.
Exactly.
Just remember, approach everything with a healthy dose of skepticism and think critically.
Couldn't agree more.
And who knows? maybe the most unexpected things will lead to the most exciting discoveries.
I love that thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.
And until next time, stay curious.
And keep exploring.
See you later.
Bye.